Hey, hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Do you remember when Vladimir Putin was issued an arrest warrant from the International Criminal Court at The Hague? You remember that organization? Not the United Nations Criminal Court of Justice, right? Not that one. The International Court of Justice, ICJ, of The Hague, remember? And when Putin supposedly wanted to travel to BRICS summit in South Africa, and everybody says, hey, you gotta arrest him, you gotta arrest Putin if he goes over there, you gotta arrest Putin. And eventually Lavrov, the foreign minister, went over there. Okay. Now the same thing happens to Mr. What's his name? Netanyahu. Netanyahu was issued an arrest warrant together with some Hamas counterparts, let's put it this way. But you know that Mr. Netanyahu is invited to visit Washington, D.C.? Well, nothing illegal. Why nothing illegal? Because United States of America is not a signatory of the ICJ, blah, blah, blah. So he can travel over there. But isn't that, how should I put it, strange that the Americans will invite Netanyahu to show up in Washington, D.C., but it's not the White House. It's not the White House. Why? It seems like Netanyahu did not do something. Remember, if Netanyahu goes, if Netanyahu goes, nothing will change over there. They will change the tune, like they're gonna use euphemisms, but it's gonna be the same thing. You know, I'm not gonna punch you in the face. I'm gonna hit you in the face. Netanyahu versus the next, Stein will be over there. So I have this article coming from Sputnik. It is from 8 hours ago. Today on the, put my goggles on, I can't remember what day is today, 29th of May 2024. And Sputnik says, and I'm quoting Sputnik, it's not me saying that. The US, I'm saying it, but I'm just using the title provided by Sputnik. The US invites, and I'm quoting, wanted criminal Netanyahu to DC. Well, if you received an arrest warrant, what does that mean? Well, are you a suspected criminal or you're already criminal? I think you're a suspected criminal. So here there's a wanted criminal. I don't know if that would be the term that it should be used, because it was not proven yet, right, in front of a court, with the judge, with attorneys, prosecutors and attorneys and defense attorneys, that Netanyahu is a criminal. So anyway, let's read. He has a warrant. I'm surprised. According to Sputnik. So let's see. The invitation to Netanyahu comes on the heels of Republican lawmakers releasing an open and signed letter threatening officials of the court with sanctions against their employees, associates, them and their families. So this is what the United States did, right? Told those guys, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to sanction this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. United States of America is not a signatory of that club, that institution. A recent report from Common Dreams shows that a growing number of U.S. congressional Democrats are pushing back against House Speaker Mike Johnson's, Republican of Louisiana, I think, invitation for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to address a joint session of Congress. Why? Why do you need that guy of that fucking little country to come and talk in front of your Congress? Does he own the US Congress? No, or no. Why would you want him to come and talk? And why? Why not the White House? Anyway, the invitation comes at an awkward time as the International Criminal Court, ICC, has issued arrest warrants for Netanyahu, Hamas leader Yehia Sinwar, and other officials for war crimes and crimes against humanity in the Gaza Strip. So the International Criminal Court, I said International Court of Justice? No, International Criminal Court, ICC, they issued an arrest warrant. Representative Mark Pocan Putin, Democrat of Wisconsin, said that, and I'm quoting, "If Netanyahu comes to address Congress, I will be more than glad to show the ICC the way to the House floor to issue the warrant." And IPAC is gonna you up, baby doll, Mark Putin. Good for you, good for you. But I guarantee you that once IPAC shows up at your door, you're gonna say, "What do you want me to do, baby doll? I'm here." All right, how much it cost me? Meanwhile, Senator Bernie Sanders, he's Jewish, communist, also indicated his intent to boycott any address by the Prime Minister, adding that Netanyahu had created the, and I'm quoting, "worst humanitarian disaster in modern history," end quote. But some US officials have suggested that the ICC does not have jurisdiction over the conflict in Gaza, nor the US itself. Correct, as far as I know. Last week, US Senator Lindsey fucking Graham said he wanted to sanction the ICC for his decisions, to which US Secretary of State Antony Blinken, Jewish, suggested he would support the senator. Goes without saying, because they are Americans. Now, this guy, Lindsey Graham, he's an imbecile. But this is the level of the US democracy. You got Lindsey, an elected officials in a country, and he said, well, we should take out Putin. He, with 4 million votes, should take out Putin. Or 1 million vote, how many votes he had in North Carolina. Crazy, stupid mofo. On Tuesday, the independent investigative journalist and author Dan Lazar sat down with Sputnik Wilmer Leon to discuss U.S. Republicans' outstretched hand to Netanyahu. I think the Democrats are demoralized. It's not anything about Democrats and Republicans. It's the other interest forces in Washington, D.C. that will dictate what these guys will do and say. When I say something like that, the guy has said over there, Mark, whatever his name is, a pokey thing, he said that because he wants money. And they're going to give him some money for his next campaign, and he's covered. Because that's the way democracy runs in our system. Don't you like that? No, we don't. Netanyahu hasn't accepted Johnson's invitation, I'm quoting, yet, and the Democrats haven't yet signed on, Lazar explained, and I'm quoting again. "I think there will be little pushback in the end." Yeah, me too. "Think that with a handful of expectation, Democrats will be there clapping for Netanyahu if he does give a speech." I think so too. He's addressed Congress 3 times before in the past. That's more than any foreign leader except for Winston Churchill. So what do you think, my friends? What do you think? He's going to have if Netanyahu wants, the Congress will not invite Biden to speak in front of the House or the Congress, let's put it this way. This is how much power I think they have. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.